Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Tara Arnold, and tonight I'm going to be channeling Ascended Master Saint Germain, and I've asked him to give us an energy ascension update for the month of December, so we'll see what he has to say. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. Oh yes, welcome. I am Saint Germain. We welcome you all. There are many in the collective concerned about the increase in COVID-19. We would say all is well. There is no accidents within the universal system. There are no mistakes. We would say all is in order. Would it not be that the holidays are coming up? Would it not be that in many cultures there would be Thanksgiving and Christmas and holidays where one would celebrate something outside oneself? Yes, what would make you feel special about these holidays? We would say this is the increase in COVID-19 has caused blocks to receiving larger crowds around these holidays. Why does this keep happening? We would like to gather at Christmas so we could show our love for one another, and we would say, where are you seeing? And one moment, please. Where are you using these holidays to seek love outside of yourself? If one was to visit another at Christmas time, one is seeking love outside themselves. If one is stopped being able to visit because of the virus, then would this not cause one to look inside instead of outside? You are celebrating a holiday to seek love outside of yourself. This is when one would feel most special, is on special occasions. One's birthday would be my special day. We would say, why isn't every day your special day? Why is it one day only a year that you feel special on your birthday? Why is it around the holidays that you feel more love and happiness? What is causing this? We would say to observe where your egoic attachments are around these holidays as you plan and get ready to celebrate. Observe what attachments you have and where you are seeking love outside of yourself. Is it that if I give this gift to another, they will love me more? Or if I receive a gift from another, will it show me that I am loved? We would say that there are many parents or grandparents or family members that are attached to owning one another, and they can we would say they would be able to control or create more ownership around a holiday, around an event. I will invite everyone for dinner, and this is the way it will play out. I will orchestrate where everyone sits. I will orchestrate who gets to visit with each other. One sibling may not be interested in visiting with another sibling, but at this time of year, this was when one would come together, and it would be in a controlled setting. This is a shattering of the controlled systems. This COVID-19 virus is shattering these systems, and as you play your games on planet Earth and you move from one holiday to another, you would notice that with the COVID-19 there are many shatterings of the egoic system. I cannot hug another. I cannot shake hands. I cannot be too close to the ones I love. What is this creating? What kind of question is this creating in reality? Is it that you feel more safe if you were not having to hug someone that you didn't feel comfortable hugging? Or is it that you are realizing that you needed that hug, that you were seeking something outside of yourself so that you would feel loved? loved. Observe as the holidays come up. Observe those around you, and observe yourself of where your ego attachment lies within these holidays. We would say to celebrate every day as if it is a holiday. Celebrate every day as if it is your birthday. You are all greatness. You are all magnificent beyond measure, and it is through looking in the mirror that you will see the reflection of this. What if I was to look in the mirror and tell myself how magnificent I was every day instead of only on my birthday? What if I loved everyone every day instead of only on holidays? What if I loved myself more around these holidays, around every day instead of only holidays when I am receiving a gift to validate that I am worthy of being loved? We would say that the shattering of the egoic systems is orchestrated with the COVID-19, as is not creating everyone to look inside. This is a gift. We would say that there are many gifts coming up in the new year, and as you plow through the next few months, you would see that there are many illusions that you would have, your perception would change. It would change to see the illusion of the egoic structures. You would have more awareness and more rapid awareness. Time has sped up. Everything is unfolding in the now, and we would say that your perception of your reality will be mind-blowing to some as you have the awareness and the as you have the awareness of your third dimension reality, and you are moving into a fifth and fourth dimension reality, as you are all multidimensional. Many of you are already aware of this. You could move from third dimension to fourth dimension to fifth dimension. What does this look like, Saint Germain? We would say this is a perception. It is only a perception. It is not a fifth dimension and fourth dimension is not a place you are going. It is a state of consciousness, that you are being. If I am to stand in fifth dimension, I can see in the eyes of love. I can see the truth within everything. We would say that many of you are realizing that you can go back and forth from a third dimension perspective to a fifth dimension perspective to a fourth dimension perspective. Isn't this beautiful? But we would say that many of you are wanting others to see in your perspective. I will tell a person this and show them this and show them that how I am seeing it in fifth dimension, and they will have an awareness. And many are not seeing the awarenesses that you are seeing because they are in a third dimension game. They do not realize they are multidimensional. They do not realize they can move from a third dimension to a fourth dimension to a fifth dimension perception. They are where they're at, and they are not able to see what you were wanting to show them. And we would say to let go of the need to want to show them where you're at or what you are seeing. They cannot see something in the dimension that they are viewing. We would say that it is you are wanting to others around you to see your fourth and fifth dimension perspectives, and they are in another game. They are still in the third dimension game. When you are asking them to see your perception in a fourth or fifth dimension reality, they cannot see it, as they cannot leave they're not aware they can leave their third dimension reality and perceive something in a fifth dimension perspective. This would be that there are many people frustrated that others cannot see what they are seeing. We would say many of you are awakening with those around you asleep, and it is the game of the spirit to have fun and play and see and observe those around you asleep while you are awakening. We would say to let go of the frustration of this and observe people where they're at and allow them to be where they're at. If they are viewing things in a third dimension perspective, allow them to view things in that perspective. We would say that If there is something you are wanting to show them or tell them, to connect with them on a spiritual level and discuss this from soul to soul, this would be much more helpful in shifting your reality and changing your reality. When you are speaking from the voice and you are speaking to someone that is playing the third dimension game, they will only see it in a third dimension perspective. If you go in and work with them on a soul level, this would be you connecting your spirit with theirs. We would say asking permission to connect with their spirit and having a conversation that way. You can do this in a visualization and then fully disconnect from that person's energy and command they fully disconnect from yours. You will notice a great shift in your reality. We will give an example of this. If Tara was to have, we would say, an issue with a person, she would go in and connect with them on a soul level. She would not call them on the phone and tell them the problem. It would be they would not be able to see it in her perspective. And then when she would speak to this person next, she would notice a difference in their perception as she had worked on it with a soul level and not from a third dimension. This would be that it would help to expand their consciousness as well. There are many of you who are excited about 2021. It will be different. I cannot wait to get out of 2020, and because this year has been so rapidly uncomfortable for me. And we would say that it is wanting to leave where you're at to be in another place is taking you out of the now moment. Stand in your shoes and enjoy the now moment. What is it in your reality that you can find comfortable in this moment? Are you safe in this moment as you stand in your shoes? Could you use your five senses to connect with the moment? If you are always running from the moment, you are always running to the ego. And we would say being in the now would be most beneficial for you at this time. There would be an increase in COVID-19 over the next few months. As many of you are aware, we had mentioned this in several other videos with the healthcare system and the healthcare system being overwhelmed. This would be a shattering of their reality, of their perceptions. It will cause the healthcare system, the workers, to look inwards instead of out. This would be all workers in the healthcare system, the support staff as well. This is included with the teachers and the frontline workers, as one would call it. This is all asking them to question the reality. Why am I doing this job? Why do I work so hard to please others? What is it that I'm not loving myself with? This is what the COVID-19 is doing. We would say it is triggering past lifetime belief systems in the heart chakra, the third eye and crown. That is why the symptoms of COVID are so vast in its appearance. There would be many with shortness of breath. This would be transmuting many frequencies from fear back to love within the heart chakra and the third eye and crown. You would notice people are losing their sense of smell or taste, and there is much fever. This would all be in the crown and third eye chakras. There has been much shifting in these chakras on planet Earth. This is causing a rapid acceleration of transmuting fear back to love within these chakra systems as the collective awakens on planet Earth. It is second wave awakening. It is second wave waking up to see the truth of who they are as a conscious being. This is a beautiful shift in one's reality. We would say if one was to get COVID-19 to observe it, instead of fear it. It would help to transmute these fears back to love quite rapidly. One would get sick and they fear the illness, and it creates a snowball effect. They will become sicker and sicker. We would say to observe the illness within one's body and ask it what it needs. What is it showing me? How can I love it? Can I look at it without fear? Can I look at it without judgment? There is a gift in all illnesses. We have mentioned this in previous videos. We would say that all of you are having an accelerated expansion of consciousness, and 2021 would be, we would say, more awarenesses. You'll have more rapid awarenesses of your illusion of the third dimension reality. We would say that you will see more truths. You will see more truths from a fourth and fifth dimension perception. Do not judge your third dimension reality as these arise. Observe it without judgment. All is well on planet Earth, and we are excited for your journey. Blessings. Ah. So thanks for watching. I just want to add, I had to come out of trance there for a second, but he was also showing me there's going to be a lot more stuff coming up with the sacral chakra, those emotions of guilt, shame, embarrassment, humiliation. So you might notice that over Christmas, just with family members and stuff. So just observe it. It's just coming up to be loved and to be healed. That's also the area where, like, we have our creative energy or sexual energy. So stuff around those will be coming up. And he also mentioned that in the last video for the November Ascension update, like that stuff will be coming up to be transmuted back to love within this sacral chakra. So over the next few months, you'll see that. And within, like with the COVID-19, he showed me it's going up, and then like around March or springtime, it's going to go down again. And in the race to finding a vaccine, we did a video on it, and he had mentioned like DNA and RNA discoveries, like for this race to find the vaccination. It's going to unfold more ways of medicine, so it's not so harmful to the physical body. It's using something within the RNA structure, so that you'll see that over the next few years, new medicines coming out with something with the DNA or RNA that's less invasive to the physical body. So even though there's like all this stuff happening with COVID and all the shattering with the, you know, climate change and everything, I do see in the future, I know many of you do, they are showing me like a light at the end of the tunnel, like things are going to get better collectively. It's just Mother Earth shaking off the energies on planet Earth, and it's transmuting more love back onto the planet. So that's what we're all excited about. And if you have any comments to add, I would love to hear them, just things that you're seeing, or is something you wanted to add, that would be great. And with the COVID-19, I do see it coming to an end, like he's showing me over the next, you know, few years. Like I see like a 3-year total, but it's gonna, after the spring, it's gonna decrease, start going down, and new medicines will come out over the next few years for other illnesses as well, like using this RNA or DNA. I just see the symbol of the DNA like structure, so I'm not sure what it, you know, all means, but we'll find out in the future. And I want to say thanks for watching, and have a great holiday, have a great New Year's. I think everything's gonna be just unfolding rapidly, and we're all gonna see great things happening here on planet Earth. So have a great night. Thanks for watching.